Selamat datang di kampus Institut Bisnis dan Teknologi Indonesia, INSTIKI. Saat ini Anda telah berada di Aula INSTIKI. Izinkan kami menyampaikan informasi untuk menjaga keamanan dan kenyamanan bersama. Aula INSTIKI memiliki kapasitas maksimum 180 orang. Bagian depan aula terdiri dari panggung dengan pintu belakang mengarah keluar. Bagian tengah terdiri dari 3 pintu utama untuk akses masuk dan keluar. Bagian belakang dilengkapi dengan area toilet untuk pria dan wanita. Saat ini Anda berada di lantai 3 gedung 2. Gedung telah dilengkapi dengan sarana dan prasarana mitigasi kebencanaan. Prosedur kebencanaan gempa bumi. Apabila terjadi gempa bumi, hal pertama yang harus dilakukan adalah jangan panik. Jangan mencoba untuk melompat keluar dari gedung INSTIKI. Segeralah mencari perlindungan dan lindungi kepala Anda dengan cara berlindung di bawah meja, kursi, atau sarana prasarana yang ada dan dapat dipergunakan untuk melindungi. Apabila memungkinkan, segeralah menuju keluar gedung. Gedung telah dilengkapi dengan sarana prasarana mitigasi seperti petunjuk arah evakuasi. Ikuti arah tersebut yang akan membawa Anda ke tempat titik aman berkumpul. Apabila lampu mati atau dalam keadaan gelap, maka pada lantai terdapat stiker yang dapat menyala dan membantu memberikan jalan menuju tempat titik berkumpul yang aman. Pintu darurat terdapat di bagian belakang posisi panggung. Bagi Anda yang duduk di bagian depan, tengah, dan belakang, bergegaslah meninggalkan area aula melalui pintu utama 1, 2, dan 3 di sebelah kiri, serta menuju keluar belok kanan maupun belok kiri, dan menuju area tangga yang telah dilengkapi petunjuk arah, hingga Anda sampai dengan selamat di tempat titik aman berkumpul. Berkumpullah pada area titik aman berkumpul yang telah disediakan. Apabila kondisi dengan luka ringan, pertolongan pertama dapat dilakukan di Poliklinik INSTIKI yang terdapat di posisi sudut timur lapangan. Apabila keadaan darurat, segeralah menghubungi dosen, staf, panitia kegiatan dari INSTIKI untuk segera memanggil ambulans. Nomor telepon penting dan darurat terdapat pada titik aman berkumpul pada posisi sebelah utara lapangan. Pastikan kondisi Anda telah aman sebelum melakukan penyelamatan terhadap orang lain. Prosedur kebakaran. Apabila terjadi kebakaran, aula INSTIKI telah dilengkapi dengan sarana pemadam kebakaran. Alat pemadam kebakaran terdapat pada sisi luar dari ruang aula. Gunakan alat pemadam sesuai petunjuk yang terdapat pada tempat alat berada. Dalam kondisi darurat, segeralah menghubungi dosen, staf, panitia kegiatan dari INSTIKI untuk segera memanggil ambulans dan petugas pemadam kebakaran. Nomor telepon penting berada di sisi kiri aula. Gedung telah dilengkapi dengan sarana prasarana mitigasi seperti petunjuk arah evakuasi. Ikutilah arah tersebut yang akan membawa Anda ke tempat titik aman berkumpul. Pastikan kondisi Anda telah aman sebelum melakukan penyelamatan terhadap orang lain. Terima kasih.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please? EFECTION 2026 Day 1 is about to begin. Please turn your cell phones to silent mode and be courteous to those around you by refraining from talking aloud. Please welcome our Master of Ceremony, Sudi and Gwen.
Om Swastiastu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Shalom Nama Budaya, and best wishes to all of us who attend this event.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to EFECTION 2026 with the theme Voice of Society, Exploring Cultures, Identity, and Change in a Globalized World, organized by English Club of INSTIKI. My name is Sudi.
And I'm Gwen. It's a wonderful and precious chance for us to be the master of ceremony in today's event. First of all, let us say thank you to the Almighty God for blessing us with guidance, happiness, health, and mercy so this event could run as planned. And we would like to say thank you to the Honorable Rector of INSTIKI, Dr. Idewa Made Krisnamuku, STMT.
And the Honorable Advisor of English Club of INSTIKI, Nimade Lisma Martarini, SPD, MPD.
The Honorable Judges of our competitions. And we would like to say welcome to all participants and their companions. Thank you for attending this event.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll begin with main session with prayers so that the event we are conducting today is blessed by God. And to the audience, please stand up. For the committee in charge, time is yours.
Doa akan siap pandu menurut kepercayaan agama Hindu. Bagi yang beragama Hindu, silakan mengambil sikap amusti karana. Dan bagi agama yang beragama selain Hindu, silakan menyesuaikan. Om Swastiastu. Om Awikanam Astu Namasidam. Om Aditya Asya Param Yute Rakta Tejo Namostute. Swecha Pankaja Madhyaste Bhaskarya Namostute. Om Ram Rinsah Paramusiwa Raditya Yanam Swaha. Om Yang Widi, Tuhan Yang Maha Kuasa. Puji syukur kami panjatkan kehadapan Ido Sang Yang Widiwasa, karena berkat karunia-Nya lah kita dapat berkumpul pada hari ini, Minggu 17 Mei 2026, dalam kegiatan EFECTION yang bertempat di Aula INSTIKI sesuai dengan rencana dan harapan kami. Om Yang Widi, Tuhan Yang Maha Wijaksana, jadikanlah acara ini sebagai wadah untuk mererat tali persaudaraan di antara kami semua. Berikanlah kesuksesan dan kelancaran untuk menuju siap langkah. Berikanlah rahmat-Mu kepada kami dan jadikanlah acara ini sebagai tonggak kemajuan bagi kita semua. Om Yang Widi, Tuhan Yang Maha Pengasih dan Penyayang, anugerahilah kami dengan segala kekuatan dan kesuksesan agar kami dapat menjadi orang yang sukses dan berguna di masa depan. Berikanlah kami keselamatan dan kelancaran. Lindungilah kami dari hal-hal yang tidak baik sehingga kami dapat mencapai impian kami. Om Yang Widi, Tuhan Yang Maha Pengampun, ampunilah dosa dan kesalahan kami. Tuntunlah kami dari kegelapan menuju cahaya yang terang dan jauhkan kami dari segala rintangan. Om Suryam Bhavantu, Sukam Bhavantu, Purnam Bhavantu, Sama Sampurnaya, Inam Swaha. Om Santi, 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 Om.
Thank you so much to the committee.
For the audience, please remain standing. Next, singing the Indonesian National Anthem, Indonesia Raya, and March of INSTIKI. To the committee in charge, the time is yours.
bawah langit Pulau Bali. Dengan tuntunan Tuhan Yang Maha Esa, kami siap membangun negeri ini. Menjadi dan memberi adalah semangat kami. Dengan tridharma kami berbakti untuk menjadi insan yang cerdas dan mandiri, berjiwa Pancasila sejati. Majulah, jayalah, cendekiawan INSTIKI. Majulah, jayalah, kami siap membangun bangsa. Majulah, jayalah, cendekiawan INSTIKI. Majulah, jayalah, kami siap membangun bangsa. Tegak kokoh berdiri di atas bumi pertiwi, di bawah langit Pulau Bali. Dengan tuntunan Tuhan Yang Maha Esa, kami siap membangun negeri ini. Menjadi dan memberi adalah semangat kami. Dengan tridharma kami berbakti untuk menjadi insan yang cerdas dan mandiri, berjiwa Pancasila sejati. Majulah, jayalah, cendekiawan INSTIKI. Majulah, jayalah, kami siap membangun bangsa. Majulah, jayalah, cendekiawan INSTIKI. Majulah, jayalah, kami siap membangun bangsa.
To the audience, you may return to your seat. Next, we will be showing a video of Salam Menjadi dan Memberi INSTIKI. Please enjoy the video.
Sukses dan bahagia adalah harapan semua orang. Sayangnya, orang sering berparadigma keliru dalam mencapai sukses dan bahagia. Banyak orang berpikir mereka harus mendapatkan sesuatu sebagai ukuran suksesnya. Merasa harus memiliki sesuatu untuk ukuran bahagianya. Memiliki sejumlah uang, memiliki jabatan, atau memiliki materi tertentu untuk merasa sukses dan bahagia. Sehingga orang sibuk mengejar dan mencari untuk mendapatkan apa yang mereka pikir menjadikannya bahagia. Dan ternyata, sukses dan bahagia tidak mereka rasakan. Inilah paradigma mencari dan mendapatkan, yang sebetulnya menjauhkannya dari rasa sukses dan bahagia. Sebetulnya hidup itu bukan mencari dan mendapatkan, tetapi menjadi dan memberi. Menjadi apa kita saat ini dan berilah sehebat-hebatnya sesuai tugas dan tanggung jawab saat ini. Menjadi mahasiswa, berilah kemampuan kita untuk belajar. Saat menjadi staf, berilah kemampuan hebat kita sesuai tugas kepada mahasiswa dan kampus. Saat menjadi dosen, berilah kemampuan hebat kita dalam mengajar, meneliti, atau pengabdian masyarakat. Memang hasil secara materi mungkin tidak segera datang, tetapi hasil dalam naiknya kemampuan diri sudah pasti akan meningkat. Maka value kita akan meningkat, dan saat value kita meningkat, sukses akan mendekat. Inilah nilai yang selalu kami tanamkan ke seluruh sivitas akademika INSTIKI, sehingga menjadi nilai diri tidak hanya saat ini, tetapi menjadi landasan hidup ke depan. Salam menjadi dan memberi.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we will continue with the traditional opening dance. Please welcome Tari Sekar Jagat.
Jani manukuman Ororastiwan di tengah kengalas tur anyamaratiban Ewaratuna ya do tangan wakil ini sampai tahun bah hai ganti ngeling ngesik-sikan itu tadi wakil ngeling Iwala cai patut ni tempo dah sang penawa. Tempo ni tu pakai patut menjudi ke masih kata. Sehingga kita maksudnya tulis sifat tambah itu segitu. Begitu nak. Ya stuni tu cara sedang nemu pokewah makan ket itu nama gitu oleh itu sang Yudhishthira itu sebabnya masih kewalau ulian itu ni paling kelit but itu paling menasihati nah hati-hati sang Bimo Sang Arjuna itu masih tak gula sakit dua. Mirip ne pejalan raga. Nah, sabar ke manusia itu gitu. Aja kan, dewa ragu. Kewala kene nak. Yang wakil nempor di desa pedau kita dia setuju je, tapi majudi dia saya setuju wakil. Nah, jauh ni judi tempor saya. Yang kene nak, yang lomba mo saya mil lomba saya kita buat. Saya mungkin si terus menang. Saya makin pasti tak henti kalah. Di kalah itu patut naik saya mulat sarira introspeksi diri ada ni benar ni saya itu. Kita how modelnya kengkeng dah modelnya kengkeng nah. Saya wil lomba sing itu how cerdas cermat mengkengkeng. Lantas saya biasa ni saya menang. Musuh sakit kalah lantas dah disebut mana sesebut kujangan patut ni ulat saya cara berpikir ini benar ni saya ija kuangan ragu ija letak keliru ni oh kita patut ni saya perlu saya mensiksikan mungkin di kading mengurung diri di kamar kading senyak ngajang senyak ini senyak itu. Weh, jangan bocor lah tadi. Bocor. Oh, gitu nah. Artinya raga harus mulai cari roh. Ya, nah ada kuda kengke raga nemu pekewa. Harus tawang ada istilahnya ngalih jalan keluar. Tuh, maksud. Tuh, duapnya jadi dah. Jangan pakai dia bawa S3. Masih nang lumayan tak begitu bersama nang itu siapa tahu nang jadi subuh yo pemargin itu dengan jangan itu lala diri itu bersah orang tu harus perak terbalik karena nguatnya cala ayo pada lu naning barian duh apa titiang ngeduh di pemargin palunguh jumbo di dewa kalau nenter titiang penuh waspada milik pemargin ratu yatna carakan waktu yang sangat pedawanak ayu anu naning barian Nana hati pasti siapa tahu yang bekerja. Dia jadi do tuh waspada. Suire di alas dia mirip pada buburon di galak-galak itu. Nah saling menjaga aja gitu. Dong. Dalam barang pengajian itu. Ya ada cara kemirin ngeraris. Madal belajar hukuman memang nang itu melepas busano itu jadi itu ada bersumpah itu dua komanding bedanya ada tadi perang gede di tulang kascang saya bersumpah lakar kematian 100 murau di jagoan posisi kita sumpah itu dan itu sumpah itu Apa bunyi tu dia Drupadi dah. Silakan mau kegelungan kemudian bombah antuk rah sanggup sesandung bersandung sesandung menjadi kegenangan jadi kawan malu muni atur ayah dirangkung sinap mulu sinap dijalan untuk para musa wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next agenda is a report from the head of committee for EFECTION 2026. For Mr. Inenga Satya Saripta, the time is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Once again, my name is Inenga Satya Saripta, and I am the acting chairman for EFECTION for 2026. I would like to welcome you all to the gathering hall of INSTIKI. Specifically, I would like to welcome our rector, Ajit Muku, and of course, our ever lovely advisor of the English Club of INSTIKI, Ms. Lisma, and of course, I would like to welcome our judges, our participants, and their companion. Welcome to EFECTION for 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, I could start my speech by talking about the meaning of our theme, but I feel like those kind of speeches are very banal, right? But then I could talk about the details of our event, like when does it start, what date the registration start, what date does it end. But I do feel like none of you guys really came in here to hear that. So allow me to raise a speech that come from deep within my heart. So it's safe to say that I would like to vent. Ladies and gentlemen, growing up, I surround myself with a cocoon of comfort. So what does this mean? Growing up, I was really scared of failure and embarrassment. Failure and embarrassment, I avoid them like the plague. And for me, back then when I was younger, failure and embarrassment is as simple as saying the wrong thing at the cashier at Indomaret. And honestly, that's not even it. Any single mistake, however simple it is, will be the weapon that I use to sabotage myself for days afterward. I would bring myself down, I would say that I'm not good enough, and I would always hurt myself in an emotional sense, so to speak. So from then on, I started avoiding doing anything at all. Because it makes sense, right? If you don't do anything, then you can't fail. Then if you can't fail, well, for me at least, I cannot hurt myself. I'm trying to protect myself at least. But then, as usual, life goes on, and it seems obvious to me that you cannot really avoid failure and embarrassment, right? So trying to avoid failure and embarrassment, for me, is like trying to tie a tornado with a rope and trying to guide them away from your house. It is absolutely impossible, right? So I then thought to myself, what if I erase this spirit in me to face those fear and failure? What if I face those fear, chin up, and with fist balled in, and spirit as hot as hell itself? You see, ladies and gentlemen, this is why Affection is a very important event for me. Out of the 4 events of Affection that has been held up to date, I was involved in 3 of them. I was involved in the first one, the third one, and the 4th one. I was involved in the first Affection as a speech participant for high school category. I was standing just like you guys here today, the participants, as participants, right? That was my first speech contest ever. And I was shaking like hell when I performed. But at the end of the day, after that competition, I realized that the fear that was inside of me was lying, right? It's never really telling the truth. I was then involved in Affection 3 as a vice coordinator. This was also big for me because you see, I am not someone who is experienced in any organizational works back in middle school or high school, and I was always kind of scared that I will not be able to perform my duty well, that I will mess up and disappoint people. But at the end of the day, I managed to do my duty, I managed to face my fears, and I managed to do them well. And here now, Affection 4. I was entrusted to become the chairman committee for Affection 4. This is indeed one of the biggest things that could have happened in my life because, again, I am never really involved in a lot of organizational activities. And secondly, there are so many ways that you could fail as a leader, right? There are so many ways that you could disappoint people. There are so many ways that you could mess up a decision. There are so many ways that you could maybe hurt someone. But you see, as I said before, those fears are exactly what's stopping you from growing up, from becoming the person who you wish to be. You see, ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly my hope for Affection. I hope that Affection can become a platform for everyone, not only the participants, but from the judges, the committee, and everyone involved, to use it as a platform to not only grow yourself, to make it as a start for you to achieve the great things that you sure will achieve in your life. To start the perspective for you to start seeing yourself as the hero, and that hero is the person who decided to show up today. Standing here today, I am accompanied by people who are warriors, by people who have grits, by people who have fire in them. And I'm so damn proud of that. It's been an honor. Before I end my speech, I would like to recite one of my favorite lines from a poem. It came from the epic poem, the Iliad. So if you know the poem, this might be, you might know this, but for those who don't, this is like a little spoiler. This came from the part when Hector is about to be killed. So here it is. It is in ancient Greek, by the way. It goes, Me man aspudi, ge kai aklios, apolomei negarexas, tikai esomenoisi putestai. The meaning of it is, let me then not die ingloriously, but let me first do things that shall be remembered by men forever hereafter. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your speech, Mr. Dipta.
Next agenda will be a welcoming speech from the Rector of INSTIKI. Please welcome to the stage Dr. Idewa Made Krisnamuku, STMT.
Ini panitianya ngundang saya bikin kaki gemetar ini ya. Ada orang mahasiswa INSTIKI sambutan bahasa Inggrisnya seperti itu. Saya malu saya ya. Langsung saya chat anak saya. Gila bahasa Inggrisnya. Vektornya kalah beribu-ribu langkah gitu ya. Oke. Pertama Om Swastiastu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Pertama sorry dulu saya harus bahasa Indonesia. Karena kalau saya bahasa Inggris takutnya kalian tidak ngerti. Karena bahasa Inggris saya memang sulit dimengerti. Ya. Karena banyak pesan yang harus saya sampaikan. Oke, pertama mari kita apresiasi kepada seluruh peserta yang mengikuti lomba ini ya. Apalagi adik-adik masih SMP ya. Kasih tepuk tangan dulu buat mereka. Ya, nanti alasannya kenapa ada. Yang kedua, saya terima kasih kepada panitia. Jujur ya, kalau ngomong pembukaan acara yang saya hadiri, acara UKM gitu ya, selama INSTIKI ada, pembukaan terbaik adalah hari ini. Jadi mengapa? Saya lihat ya, karena memang serius gitu loh. Serius sampai detail-detailnya. Saya ulang, serius sampai detail-detailnya. Itulah hidup. Kalau Anda mau menang di zaman semua orang ingin maju, Anda harus kuat sampai ke detailnya gitu. Sampai ke detailnya. Kamu harus ahli segala bidang. Tahun 98 saya mengelola restoran di Sanur. Ngelolanya ngawur, Pak. Sekedar ditengok, sekedar ditambah servisnya dikit, itu sudah laris. Sekarang White Candy sudah bagus, sudah enak, masih sulit sekali untuk bersaing. Karena sampai detail siapa segmenmu, apa harapan segmenmu, apa kelebihanmu, berat hidup itu. Jadi insight-nya adalah kalau mau menang, kita memang harus berbeda, concern kita, fokus kita sampai detail banget. Sekali lagi tepuk tangan buat panitia. Tentu yang tidak lupa saya mengucapkan terima kasih banyak buat pembina dan juga dosen-dosen ya. Sorry juga karena saya terlambat tadi. Karena saya tidak menyangka melihat undangan 7.45. Kamu bener ngundang 7.45. Karena biasanya jam 9. Hari ini saya termakan omongan saya sendiri. Dulu kalau diundang jam 8.30, saya datang 8.30 tepat waktu. Jam 9 baru mulai. Saya marah. Ayo hargai waktu. Kita harus disiplin banget. Disiplin terus. Selalu tepat waktu. Berani ngundang saya jam 9 pasti datang dan harus mulai. Dan kemarin juga demikian, saya sudah di parkiran, dia sudah mulai, bagus. Jangan tunggu saya. Ya, kalau saya ndak ada, itu salah saya. Biarkan saya malu karena kesalahan saya. Mulai. Ya, dan hari ini saya senang. Anda mulai walaupun saya nggak datang. Ya, itu bagus. Jangan mengorbankan banyak orang karena kesalahan satu orang, apapun dia. Oke, biar saya belajar, ya. Jadi jujur saya agak ngeremehin sedikit. 7.45 bener nggak mungkin. Apalagi saya punya cucu baru pertama. Mau berangkat, noek tuh dikit sekali. 10 menit lewat, terlambat sekarang. Dan saya apresiasi seluruh dosen dan pembina, semua ya, sudah hadir tepat waktu, luar biasa. Boleh tepuk tangan, dan saya malu sendiri. Oke. Nah, sekarang untuk adik-adik peserta semua, saya cerita sedikit. Penyesalan terbesar dalam hidup saya, kalau saya boleh menyesal. Karena saya punya prinsip bersyukur, tidak boleh menyesal. Apalagi saya sudah sangat gampang bersyukur. Apa saya sangat gampang bersyukur? SMP seadik-adik, saya meninggal bapak saya. SMA oleh ibu saya. Keluarga saya miskin, petani keduanya, saya tidak bisa kuliah. Tetapi dengan semangat harus berubah hidup, saya akhirnya bisa kuliah. Saya NEM tertinggi di Gianyar saya, baik SMP sih NEM ketiga, SMA NEM tertinggi. Saya bisa ke kuliah di ITS dengan segala macam cara, walaupun bekal seadanya. Dan akhirnya hidup saya bisa seperti ini, bisa membangun sebuah kampus. Saya punya bisnis relatif oke, saya jadi pembicara. Jadi saya gampang bersyukur. Tetapi kalau saya boleh menyesal satu hal. Apa itu? Saya menyesal tidak belajar bahasa Inggris dengan baik. Ya, ini. Dan jika saya melihat adik-adik dengan semangat masih kecil sudah harus bahasa Inggrisnya bagus, saya jamin tambah sedikit semangat, tambah sedikit bahwa hidup harus berubah, lebih baik kalian pasti jadi orang hebat nanti. Boleh tepuk tangan? Yakin Pak. Contoh, saya jadi pembicara, sering sekali dapat order Pak, sudah seneng nih dapat nih, Pak tolong ya Pak ya, nanti karena audiennya dari luar gitu, tolong pakai bahasa Inggris ya Pak trainingnya. Berani bilang saya enggak bisa? Enggak berani kan? Maka alasan lain yang keluar gitu. Alasannya demi materinya bisa sampai dengan baik. Ya, saya mengundurkan diri untuk ini gitu. Biar orang lain malu gitu. Karena enggak bisa. Jadi tolong ya adik-adik ya. Itu satu ceritanya. Yang kedua, saya cerita. Saya berkarir di Astra Internasional, sempat ya. Tahu nggak Anda? Kepala divisi saya jurusan sastra Inggris. Eran, itu tentang manajemen dan sekarang punya konsultan hebat. Jurusan bahasa Inggris, sastra Inggris jurusannya. Ya. Bukan berarti Anda harus sekolah sastra Inggris, enggak. Tetapi Anda harus, tapi dia hebat karena memang bahasa Inggrisnya bagus sehingga cara bicara membuat orang lain melihat dia pintar. Dia juga bisa mengetahui berbagai pengetahuan karena resource bahasa Inggris itu bagus, ya. Saya kira karena itu loh penyebabnya. Maka perjalanan Anda akan banyak penuh ilmu kalau Inggrisnya bagus. Makanya jujur penyesalan terbesar saya itu, Pak. Tidak kuat, ya. Bahasa Inggris. Tadi saya menantang diri saya, Bu. Tolong ya kalau 2 tahun lagi ada acara ini. Oh nggak usah aku ngomong takut. Takut. Ya nggak apa-apa, tapi kalau gagal maafkan saya ya. Biar saya memotivasi diri. 2 tahun lagi kalau ada acara ini saya mau bahasa Inggris ngomongnya di sini gitu loh. Maunya gitu. Tapi kalau enggak jangan marah ya. Tapi saya ini setengah-setengah lah gitu loh. Tapi ya sudahlah, ya nggak tahu lah. Ya pokoknya gitu. Oke gitu ya teman-teman semua. Nah saya ada uang 200.000. Lebih sih sebenarnya, sampai 200 aja lah tak keluarin. Untuk apa uang ini? Nah yang 100 saya kasih 2 soal. Kalau adik-adik bisa jawab bawa. Oke ya, siap-siap ya. Nah ini ada maksudnya. Yang 100 soal yang kedua, 1 aja soalnya. Ya, karena Anda lomba storytelling. Jangan sekedar lomba. Tetapi story itu banyak memberi insight dan pesan. Dan ini jauh lebih penting. Ini jauh lebih penting seperti apa yang ketua tadi katakan. EFECTION ini bukan sekedar bermanfaat buat Anda, ingin bermanfaat buat orang lain. Betul gitu artinya ya? Ngerti bener juga aku. Ya, aku udah takut. Nah, jadi cara supaya bermanfaat bukan sekedar Anda bisa bercerita bahasa Inggris, tetapi Anda tahu insight-nya. Apa story itu? Pesannya apa? Terbayang ya? Maka pembukaannya keren, ada wayang tadi. Cocok buat INSTIKI karena INSTIKI itu visinya adalah budaya itu harus bagus gitu. Jadinya berbasis budaya. Oke siap adik-adik soalnya ya, soalnya ya. Oke siap ya, 100.000. Oke. Soal kedua 100.000. Yang pertama soalnya, lihat tadi ya, wayangnya ya. Pertanyaannya 2, kalau 2 benar baru 100.000. Yang kedua 1 aja soalnya, 100.000. Soalnya gini ya. Pertama, diambil dari cerita apa, part bagian apa. Itu penting ini, ya. Ya, cerita apa? Jangan kau bilang cerita ini, tidak bisa. Tadi part di mananya. Itu 1. Yang kedua, apa insight dari wayang itu? Cerita part yang diambil itu bagi kalian sekarang sedang berlomba. Itu 1 ya. Ini 2 ya. Jadi yang nomor 2 mungkin kalian bisa, tapi nomor 1-nya ini saya ingin Anda mencintai budaya Bali. Ya, 100.000. Soal kedua. Nah ini yang 100.000 berikutnya. Nah, apa insight dalam hidup dari part yang diambil itu? Nah, ini artinya supaya kita jangan untuk lomba aja, tapi untuk hidup. Yo, oke, ya nggak apa-apa. Ya boleh pakai AI, kita tidak pernah melarang kok. Ya, silakan pakai AI. Yo. Ayo. Nomor 1 100.000 pertama, 1 diambil dari cerita apa, part bagian apa. Yang kedua, apa insight buat saya yang lagi berlomba. Nah yang kedua yang 100.000 adalah, yang berikutnya adalah, part itu apa insight buat hidup saya. Gak apa-apa, orang tua, guru ngasih tahu juga boleh, gak apa-apa, no problem. Yang penting keberanian, yang penting sampai pesan di Anda dan Anda bisa gitu. Ayo, ayo silakan rekan-rekan, salah nggak apa-apa. 5, 4, 3, 2. Silakan. Anda mau yang mana? Yang bagian 1 tuh. Silakan. Yang kedua, yang bawah, itu paling sulit loh. Tapi nggak apa-apa. Ya ini biasa ada. Yes. Sebentar dulu, ada yang mau jawab lagi? Ada kan? Harus ada loh, masa enggak berani? Ya dong, nggak apa-apa, harus ada. Anda kan storytelling, silakan.
Baik.
Sebutkan namanya ya.
Terima kasih atas waktu yang diberikan. Perkenalkan, nama saya Niputu Adelina Muhammad Fortuna. Saya dari SMP Negeri 4 Singaraja dan saya kelas 7. Jadi dari pertanyaan kedua tadi, kan ditanyanya itu tentang pembelajaran hidup. Jadi pembelajaran hidup itu dari saya, kegagalan itu bukan berarti titik akhir dari perjuangan, tapi itu adalah awal mula dari proses kita berjuang, di mana kita akan mencapai kesuksesan.
Boleh, apa yang menyebabkan dia itu menjadi titik awal, walaupun itu gagal? Itu clear juga
karena
sebenarnya.
dari kegagalan tersebut kita bisa melihat di mana kurangnya kita, dan dari kurang tersebutlah kita bisa membenahi diri kita, introspeksi diri, bahwa kita bisa menjadi lebih baik dari sebelumnya setelah kegagalan tersebut.
Oke, boleh tepuk tangan. Enggak apa-apa, nanti insight yang nanti setelah yang pertama terjawab. Bisa duduk. Silakan. Boleh yang pertama sekarang. Harus keluar lagi uangnya ini. Ya, ayo silakan yang pertama. Saya merasa yang pertama lebih gampang ya, sehingga ada 2 pertanyaan. Yuk, silakan. Oh, kamu dari Singaraja. Kemarin datang atau pagi-pagi berangkat? Nabi? Oh, 3:30. Ya nggak apa-apa. Ya boleh. Thank you ya. Bapak nggih. Bapak yang nganter. Bapak orang tuanya atau? Oh nggih, suksemo. Ibu nggih, suksemo nggih. Jadi satu lagi, kalau suka lomba, penyesalan saya lagi adalah saya tidak terlalu mempush anak saya untuk lomba. Ya, agak menyesal saya. Jadi orangnya jadi kurang berani gitu loh. Ternyata pengalaman saya, orang-orang yang sukses itu orang-orang panggung, Pak. Orang-orang yang senang tampil di panggung. Dan itu salah satu cirinya orang suka lomba. Ya, serius itu. Jadi tampil di panggung saat misalnya Anda kerja, berdiskusi sama orang, Anda bisa berpendapat. Oke Pak, menurut saya begini. Yang itu akan muncul. Pinter saja nggak cukup. Lebih baik dianggap pinter, Pak. Walaupun aslinya nggak pinter, itu lebih baik. Serius. Maka perlu keberanian mengungkapkan pendapat. Silakan, ayo. Silakan adek, yang kacamata angkat tangan. Tadi gini enggak? Oh ya, geser-geser rambut, lupa aku. Silakan, ayo. 1. Wah, ini enggak storytelling, ada sumber story yang keren banget, Anda enggak pakai. 1. Sumbernya di mana, part bagian apa? Terus apa insight buat Anda saat lomba? Kan itu maksudmu kan? Itu maksudnya. Saya tadi tertarik, dia mau jelasin, Pak, wayang ini ada kaitan dengan lomba, kamu enggak usah jelasin. Saya bilang gitu. Saya biar dengar sendiri, kalau saya tidak mengerti maksudnya, berarti salah punyamu. Tapi kalau saya ngerti, bagus. Ternyata saya ngerti. Wah, keren ini gitu. Berarti benar, makanya saya pakai lomba sekarang. Ayo, 100.000. Nah, ini mencintai budaya, itu yang penting. Yuk, 1A, 1B, silakan. Ayo. Tapi dia pinter, dia yang berdua diambil. Kamu tahu partnya ini? Ini part tahu. Part apa nih tahu? Ya, wayang ini ceritanya diambil dari apa dan part bagian apa, tahu? Ya udah, silakan segitu dulu, ya. Yuk. Wah, masa nggak ada tahu? Wah, iya ya, kita udah ada. Gensi, wah ini juga. Ini loh, sumber storytelling baik Jawa maupun Bali sebetulnya. Menyerah ini, menyerah. Mau? Silakan Anda lagi. Nggak apa-apa kalau mau. 300.000 bawa pulang, ya. Ya udah, Oh, enggak, bukan. Oh, berarti nggak tahu ya. Udah, saya cerita aja. Ini diambil dari Mahabharata. Oke, sebentar dulu ya, Mahabharata. Salah satu bagiannya adalah saat perjudian yang antara Pandawa dan Korawa. Di perjudian itu, nah ini insight buat hidupnya, buat hidup dulu ya. Di perjudian itu, sebenarnya insightnya disuruh hati-hati kita, karena di situ kita tidak akan ingat apa-apa karena emosional kita. Awalnya dia bertaruh harta, awalnya sedikit, naik terus taruhannya. Anda tahu? Akhirnya yang dipertaruhkan adalah istrinya. Oke ya, artinya apa? Insight dalam hidup, wis jangan berjudilah. Karena pada akhirnya kamu tidak bisa mikir apa-apa. Oke, maka kerajaan semua dipertaruhkan dan dampaknya dia dihukum 12 tahun. Bukan dihukum, dia bertaruh, aku mau pergi 12 tahun juga nggak apa-apa gitu loh. Ya, sampai sebegitu pertaruhan judinya. Kamu akan habis total, gitu maksudnya kalau mau berjudi. Itu insight-nya. Maka 12 tahun dia ke hutan ya, tidak punya raja lagi, tidak punya rakyat lagi. Oke? Nah, sekarang insight-nya dalam hidup. Tapi begini, bayangkan dari berkuasa jatuh jadi rakyat biasa, bahkan dikejar, bisa dibunuh. Jadi kan itu super tinggi dan super bawah gitu. Jadi ini lambang kegagalan yang super gagal gitu. Terbayang adik-adik ya? Terus insight-nya apa dalam hidup? Nah ini saya mau tambahkan. Dalam hidup insight-nya apa? Betul, secara garis besar ya, kegagalan itu titik awal kamu bisa berhasil. Nah, dalam story itu apa? Ternyata saat dia kesulitan di hutan, justru banyak pelajaran. Gitu loh. Nah, dalam story itu banyak mendapatkan teman-teman yang nanti membuat kekuatan dia berperang. Saya ulang ya. Itu, banyak dapat teman-teman kekuatan berperang. Gitu sebetulnya. Ya, Bima dapat apa, ini dapat apa. Jadi, dalam kesulitan ternyata ada kebaikan yang membuat dia kuat berperang. Oke, terbayang ya? Nah, maka adik-adik, apa insight dalam hidup? Sepanjang Anda kesulitan sekolah, ya, sekolah kan sulit nih sekolah. Sebetulnya ada orang bilang 12 tahunnya Pandawa di hutan serba sulit itu sekolah. Itu sebetulnya, ya, sekolah dia. Ayo, SD berapa tahun? SMP berapa tahun? SMA berapa tahun? Berapa tahun? Itu sulit kamu, tapi kamu dapat kekuatan untuk perang di kehidupan. Gitu sebetulnya. Itu ya, boleh tepuk tangan. Itu insight-nya. Ya, kamu akan sulit, tapi kalau kamu manja, dikit-dikit minta bantuan orang tua, dikit-dikit minta bantuan, dikit-dikit nangis, kamu gagal dalam kehidupannya. Jadi harus sulitnya betul-betul dirasakan sampai yang paling sulit. Ya, itu insight-nya mestinya, tapi tetap bagus. Nah, apa insight buat kalian dalam lomba? Itu clear. Clear sekali. Ada yang tahu insight dalam lomba? Nah, tetap 100 nggak apa-apa. Oh, silakan. Nah, insight dalam lomba. Silakan. Insight dalam lomba ini sekarang. Ya, itu harusnya udah clear sekali, ya. Silakan insight dalam lomba.
Sebelumnya terima kasih atas kesempatan yang diberikan kepada saya. Perkenalkan, nama saya Putu Tania Nirwasita dari SMP Pelita Bangka. Jadi sebelumnya saya ingin mengucapkan saya sangat kagum dengan public speakingnya Bapak. Keren sekali ya Pak ya.
Iya. Kalau kamu kagum mau lihat public speakingku, follow IG-ku. Jadi saya itu ada video-video 2 menit, 1,5 menit, mademuku ya. Jadi jadi memang saya senang memotivasi orang. Memang saya ya diundang-undang orang. Kemarin saya training Pegadian, 2 hari lalu Bank Indonesia, ya. Hari Selasa Bank Permata. Saya keliling memang ngasih seminar. Ya, jadi saya senang memotivasi orang-orang gitu loh. Karena hidup saya dulu seperti itu, bisa jadi seperti ini. Saya ingin menyebarkan bahwa kalian bisa berhasil semua. Silakan.
Jadi dari cerita wayang tersebut saya mendapatkan insight bahwa kalau misalnya gagal itu nggak apa-apa, tapi gunakan kegagalan itu untuk terus berkembang. Jangan kalau gagal udah berhenti, nggak mau udah lagi ikut lomba, tapi lanjut terus sampai kita bisa berhasil gitu sih.
Oke, boleh tepuk tangan. Ya.
Kasih Pak. Kasih Pak.
Boleh tepuk tangan. Nah, oke, sorry agak lama sedikit waktunya. Saya suka. Sama anak-anak ini ya seneng. Oke, gitu teman-teman semua. Ya tolong insight-insight dalam hidup itu sangat penting. Story yang Anda sampaikan jangan sekedar hebat kamu berbahasa Inggris. No. Tetapi apa insight-nya dan apa yang bisa saya lakukan dalam kehidupan ini. Maka mungkin saya nggak tahu di story itu ada nggak. Storytelling, ya menurut saya, itu bagaimana pesannya harus terwakili di setiap momen-momen dia bercerita. Jadi storytelling Anda itu ada pesan. Tapi di setiap momen dia bercerita, itu ada connecting-nya gitu loh. Terconnect dia. Oh itu baru story yang bagus. Saya nggak tahu itu bagian penilaian atau tidak. Ya, sehingga pesannya kuat, bukan sekedar bercerita. Tetapi ada pesan kuat yang terwakili di setiap segmen dari yang dia ceritakan. Saya nggak tahu storytelling di bahasa Inggris. Tapi kalau itu bisa kita masukkan akan sangat bagus. Karena akan bermanfaat buat orang lain. Bukan buat yang bercerita saja. Tapi ke yang mendengarkan. Saya kira demikian. Terima kasih. Ya, selamat salam menjadi dan memberi. Ya, jadi hidup itu adalah memberi. Suksemo saya akhiri dengan Om Santi Santi Santi.
Thank you very much for your delightful speech, Mr. Muku. For Mr. Muku, please remain on the stage, for we would like to continue to the opening of EFECTION 2026.
And with this, we would like to invite the advisor of the English Club of INSTIKI, the steering committee, the chairman committee, and the vice chairman committee to the stage. And with that, EFECTION 2026 is now officially open. Before returning, we would like to invite Mr. Muko and the others to take position in front of the audience for taking picture facing the stage. And for the audience, please stand up so we will take a picture together. Okay, I will help to count in 3, 2, 1. Once more, we INSTIKI hand sign. I'll count in 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you so much for Mr. Muku, Ms. Lisma, Mr. Dimas, Mr. Dito, and Mr. Kega. You may return to your seats. And to the audience, you may return to your seat also.
Ladies and gentlemen, We would like to say thank you to all sponsorships and media partners. They are Kita Floris,
Layas Bakit,
Public Speaking Bali,
Kara Studio,
Kopi Degree,
Bali Trophy,
Artistic Printing,
Black Confection,
Sewa Hati Canggu,
Jatra Maha Makeup,
Makeup and Nails by Ridea,
Nice Coffee,
BNI,
Oriflame,
and Masa Depan Indonesia.
and we would like to say thank you to our media partners, and they are Hima EF Instiki,
Hima RSK Instiki,
Hima DKV Instiki,
KMH Instiki,
Kemah Kris Instiki,
UKM Tabuh Instiki,
Instiki Music Vocal,
Lingkaran Film Instiki,
Gradasi Instiki,
Instiki Body Healthy,
Esport Instiki,
Jegek Bagus Instiki,
Instiki Developer Club,
Literasi Instiki,
Tetris Instiki,
PIKM Jana Disa Wahita,
PSM Sangta Melodia,
Rasi Kuntan Instiki,
HIPMI PT Instiki,
HFI Instiki,
Instiki Cyber Hub,
Mapala Damasatya,
Instiki Nihon Bunka,
Jurnalistik Instiki,
Pusat Info Lomba,
info.event_,
Lomba SMA,
lomba terkini.idn,
Lomba Mahasiswa Terkini,
olimpiade.co,
Tabanan.viral,
infotabanan.viral,
Tabanan.terkini,
ikut event,
Info Klungkung,
info Mangwi.
Tabanan_today.
Ladies and gentlemen, EFECTION Volume 4 has officially begun. But first, we would like to introduce the judges for our competitions, starting from the storytelling competition. Please welcome our first judge, Mr. Agus Ari Iswara, SSM Hub. He is an active English lecturer at INSTIKI and has extensive experience judging various English competitions including debate, speech, and storytelling, has served as an adjudicator at both regional and national levels of NUDC.
Next up, please welcome Nima Delisma Martarini, SPD MPD. Ms. Lima's extensive experience as a judge in various English competitions consistently contributes to academic events, including major competitions like Libra to INSTIKI, and is widely recognized for her judging role across multiple regions and institutions. Next up, please welcome Sang Ayu Made Krishna Dewi Natalia MPD. Ms. Sang Ayu has extensive experience teaching English and also served as a distinguished judge for numerous prestigious English competitions, including the speech contest at INSTIKI in 2022 and multiple writing contests at Politeknik Negeri Bali and Poltekkes Denpasar.
Please welcome the judges of the storytelling competition for EFECTION 2026. For the judges, you may return to your seats. And next, we would like to continue to introduce our judges for the speech competition. Please welcome our first judge, Ninyoman Ayu J. Sasta Parawita SSMPD. She is an experienced educator and lecturer with a master's degree in education from Unmiksha, a veteran English translator with over 2 decades of experience since 2002, and an accomplished writer and educator who co-authored 2 books and frequently judges English speech and storytelling competitions.
Next up, please welcome Mr. Farizal Putra Pardana. Ms. Farizal has achieved multiple accomplishments in English competitions, including winning first place in the 104 Milad Muhammadiyah English Speech Contest and the 3rd Mahasaraswati English Competition, earning a gold medal at Olympiad 4 and receiving the 3rd Promising Winner Award at Stipa English Speech Contest.
Next up, please welcome Niputu Dian Indra Pratiwi SPD MPD. Holds a master's degree in English education from Ganesha University, has extensive experience as a lecturer, public speaker, and trainer, and has a strong professional background in education, broadcasting, and leadership. Please welcome the judges of the speech competition for EFECTION 2026.
For the judges, you may return to your seat.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we start the competition, we would like to explain the rooms that are assigned for each competition. To the audience, please pay attention, and for the committee in charge, please enter the stage.
Tes. Selamat pagi semuanya. Sebelumnya perkenalkan, nama saya Darren. Saya selaku koordinator dari lomba. Di sini saya akan menginformasikan kepada teman-teman semuanya beberapa hal. Untuk peserta dari speech, mohon untuk mengikuti kakak panitia yang berada di sebelah saya untuk menuju ke ruang lomba yang sudah kami persiapkan. Sekali lagi, untuk peserta speech, mohon mengikuti kakak panitia yang berada di sebelah saya untuk mengikuti, untuk menuju ke ruangan lomba yang sudah kami persiapkan. Untuk lomba storytelling, mohon berada di aula karena lomba akan diadakan di aula. Dan untuk pendamping dan wali, mohon tetap berada di aula. Sekian informasi yang dapat saya sampaikan. Terima kasih.
Ladies and gentlemen, all competition has officially begun. We wish all the participants good luck and see you on the podium. And before we proceed, we would like to inform you that there are stands in front of our library and feel free to visit during the break. And once again, enjoy the competition and best of luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final round of EFECTION Storytelling Competition 2026. My name is Gwen, and I am honored to be your moderator for today's thrilling competition. Before we begin, we would like to give a warm welcome and express our sincere gratitude to the honorable judges who have joined us today, and of course to all talented participants of storytelling competition who made it to the finals. We are very happy to welcome you all here. Next, I will list off the rules and technical points for the competition. Participant rules during the competition. Number 1, participants are required to have their identity verification, student card or KTP, when registering at the INSTIKI campus. Number 2, participants are required to wear their own school uniforms. Number 3, each participant is required to be present in the participants' room no later than 15 minutes before the competition begins. Number 4, participants that did not answer after 3 calls from the moderator during the competition are declared dead or disqualified. Number 5, participants are required to submit a new and original script that is different from the one used in the preliminary round, ensuring authenticity and originality of the performance. Number 6, during the competition, participants are prohibited from clapping, heckling, shouting, or any other form of action that may disturb to other participants. Number 7, participants who persistently disturb other participants will be disqualified. Mechanism for storytelling competition are: number 1, participants will be given a random performance sequence number on the day of the competition and must use upon registering during the competition. Number 2, participants will be called according to the sequence number that has been given. Number 3, participants must present their storytelling without a script. 4, the duration of the storytelling delivery is a maximum of 7 minutes. The timer will begin when the participant starts talking. Number 5, if participants exceed the time limit, judges will stop taking notes of their performance. Number 6, if participants exceed the time limit, their performance that goes beyond set limit will not be assessed. Number 7, if participants exceed 7.5, their score will decrease periodically. Number 8, winners will be determined, announced, and awarded during the day of the competition. Number 9, participants are welcome to go home after the winner announcement is finished. Number 10, the judges will decide the first, second, and third place. Number 11, participant certificates will be given in the form of an e-certificate. Next, I will explain the rule in timekeeping. 1 knock means that the speech has begun. 2 knocks means 1 minute left. And 5 knocks means that the time is up. Those are the rules and mechanism for the storytelling competition today. So, without further delay, we will go straight to the main event. We will start with participant number 1 on behalf of Niputu Adelina Mahatma Fortuna. Please approach the moderator. I may repeat, please approach the moderator. Please welcome participant number 1. For participants number 1, the time given is 7 minutes, and the timer will begin when the participant starts speaking.
Tilly, tilly, boom, close your eyes now. Someone's walking outside and knocking on your door. Tilly, tilly, boom, I walk closer. Well, hello everyone. The honorable judges, teachers, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Niputu Adelina Mahatma Fortuna. Before I start, may I ask you one simple question? Have you ever been afraid of the dark? And why? The coldness or the ghost stories? Sometimes the scary stories are not written in books. They are whispered in the shadows of darkness. Beyond the song Tilly Tilly Boom, deep in the dark forests of Russia, a forbidden name rises, Baba Yaga. She is a warning, a nightmare to some, a guardian to others. Curious? Then let the story begin. Long ago, in a quiet village of Russia, there lived a Khan merchant and his only daughter, Vasilisa. She was gentle and loved her mother dearly. However, Vasilisa's mother fell ill. Before she died, she placed a magical doll filled with love and blessing into Vasilisa's hands, with one quiet promise: feed the doll and it would guide her forever. Tears fell as Vasilisa held her mother's hands. Time passed. Her father remarried a widow with a daughter. But instead of love came cruelty. While her father was away, the stepmother revealed her cruelty. From dawn to dusk, Vasilisa worked, while her stepsister mocked her. Day by day, she was no longer treated as a daughter, but a servant. How miserable it was, ladies and gentlemen. Yet she remained kind. Each night, the doll listened, and somehow the impossible came alive. One stormy night, the fire was gone, taken by the stepmother on purpose, forcing Vasilisa into forbidden forest to seek fire from Baba Yaga, hoping she would never return. With no choice, Vasilisa stepped into the darkness, deeper and deeper. The wind whispered, the shadows followed, and the wolf howled. Oh! Led by the magical doll, Vasilisa reached a strange hut, standing on big chicken legs, surrounded by bones and burning skulls. Suddenly, whoosh, from the darkness, a terrifying witch appeared, riding a mortar and steering with a pestle. Baba Yaga. I smell Russian flesh. How dare you enter my forest? I came for fire. Vasilisa trembled in fear, but she did not run. Instead, she faced her. Baba Yaga raised her crooked staff. Turn your back to the forest. Face my will. House of bond. Open now. Boom. The hut slowly turned alive. Baba Yaga set impossible tasks, sorting grains black from white, cleansing the cursed house, and cooking a meal, with one chilling warning: feel and become her face. Miraculously, ladies and gentlemen, with her magical doll guidance, Vasilisa completed them all. With this belief, Baba Yaga narrowed her eyes. How did you complete the impossible tasks? With my mother's love and a blessing, Vasilisa replied gently. Love? Blessing? I despise out! Get out! Take the fire and never return! Vasilisa ran home, carrying the fire. But this was no ordinary fire. The moment it touched her stepmother's hands, it came alive, fierce, unstoppable, devouring the witch until nothing remained but ash. There stood Vasilisa, free, stronger, brighter than ever. So, ladies and gentlemen, this story reminds us that love, courage, and kindness will always triumph over darkness. I hope you enjoyed this story. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Thank you for the performance, participant number 1. You may now return to your seat. Next, please welcome participant number 2, Niputu Evelyn Mulyasari. Please approach the moderator. I may repeat, Niputu Evelyn Mulyasari. Please welcome participant number 2. For participants number 2, the time given is 7 minutes, and the timer will begin when the participant starts speaking.
Have you ever wondered why a simple red hood could make someone so unforgettable? Why is this girl remembered all over the world just because what she wears? And what kind of danger could be hiding in such an innocent story? Hello everybody, my name is Niputu Evelyn Mulyasari and I'm from Junior High School 12 Denpasar. Today, I would like to tell you a famous story from Europe. So, let me take you into the story of Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, in a small village near a dark and quiet forest, there lived a sweet little girl that was loved by everyone, especially her grandmother, who once gave her a beautiful red hood. From that day on, she wore the red hood everywhere she went, and everyone called her Little Red Riding Hood. One day, her mother asked her to bring a basket of food to her sick grandmother. Before she left, her mother reminded her not to talk to strangers and do not leave the path. Little Red Riding Hood promised and began her journey to the forest. La 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 la. Good morning, sunshine. Walking through the forest, bringing food for Grandma. La 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 la. As she walked through the forest, suddenly a wolf appeared and greeted her politely. The little girl, being kind and innocent, greeted him back. The wolf asked where she was going, and she told him that she went to visit her sick grandmother. Curious, the wolf then asked, "Hey, where does your grandmother live?" She lives in a small house in the edge of the forest near a big oak tree. Oh. Hearing this, the wolf came up with a clever idea. He suggests that she should pick some flowers for her grandmother. Thinking it was a good idea, she forgot her mother's warning and stopped to get a flower. Meanwhile, the wolf ran quickly to the grandmother's house. He knocked. Knock, knock. It's me, Little Red Riding Hood, said the wolf, imitating her voice. When the grandmother opened the door, the wolf quickly locked her away and disguised himself as her. Not long after, Little Red Riding Hood arrived. She knocked and was invited inside. As she looked at her grandmother, she began to feel something strange. Grandmother, what a big ears you have! What about it to hear you word, my love? Grandmother, what a big eyes you have! What about it to see you word, my love? Grandmother, what a big teeth you have! What about it too? Eat you it! The wolf suddenly jumped and tried to attack her. The little girl screamed for help. Luckily, a woodcutter nearby heard her scream and quickly rushed into the house. He chased the wolf away and saved both Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother. In the end, Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother were safe again. Little Red Riding Hood felt very sorry for not listening to her mother. The end. So, the moral value of the story is always listen to your parents and be careful when talking to strangers, because sometimes dangers come from those who seem kind and friendly. So, remember, never trust stranger. That's all the story. Thank you for your attention and goodbye.
Well, that's the performance of participant number 2. Participants number 2, you may return to your seat. Next up, we have participant number 3 on behalf Achna Noka Ruby.
Like this. Okay.
Please welcome participant number 3. For participants number 3, the time given is 7 minutes, and the timer will begin when the participant starts speaking.
Hello, honorable judges and fellow participants. Have you ever heard a story where love, sacrifice, and ingenuity comes together? In this beautiful occasion, I am Achna Nokarbi from Sapta Andika Junior High School. We'll take you to a small village in French, to a time of grand castles, mysterious magic, and a young woman whose kindness will change everything. This is not just a tale about fearsome beasts and an enchanted castle. It is a story about looking beyond appearances, finding courage, and discovering what truly matters. Listen closely and let your imagination travel to a world of roses, secrets, and expected love. This is the story of Beauty and the Beast. Please enjoy the story. Once upon a time, there was an old man that had 3 beautiful daughters. The youngest one, named Beauty, was very kind and obedient. She also loved flowers, especially roses. When his business did not go well, the father and his daughter moved into a distant land and lived in a small house. One day, the father went into town to work. Before leaving, he asked his daughter what they want. The oldest daughter said, "I want a new necklace." The middle daughter said, "I want a new dress." But Beauty only wants some receipts. The father could not buy receipts for Beauty that day. On his way home, he stopped at a castle that's surrounded by roses. He decided to pick some roses for Beauty. Just then, a huge beast appeared behind the father and roared, "How dare you come to my castle!" Terrified, the father said, "Please forgive me. I just want to pick some roses for my youngest daughter." "You have daughters?" The beast asked and thought for a while. Then he said, "Bring your youngest daughters to me. If not, I will lock you up and kill all your daughters." The father thought, "As soon as I get home, I will take my daughters and go to faraway land where the beast will never find." So he promised the beast that he would bring the beast his youngest daughter. Then the beast let him go. When the father arrived home, he told Beauty everything. She said, "Don't worry, father, I will go to the castle. This is only way to protect ourselves." The next day, Beauty and her father went to the castle. Beauty was afraid when she saw the beast at the gate. She sadly bade her father goodbye and went into the castle. Beauty was surprised that the beast was nice to her. Every morning he gave her rose and listened to her reading books. Soon Beauty was no longer afraid of the beast. One night, while they were reading books, Beauty started to cry. The beast asked, "What's wrong?" She told the beast that she missed her family. So the beast decided to send her home for 3 days. Beauty enjoyed her happy time with her father and his sister. After 3 days, she kept her promise and went back to the beast castle. When Beauty returned to the castle, she found the beast right at the table, surrounded by many drawings of her. He missed Beauty so much that he had become very ill during her absence. Beauty helped the beast get into bed. She said to the beast, "Please, wake up, don't leave me." But the beast did not move. Beauty started to cry. Her tears fell on his eyes. Suddenly, the beast turned into a handsome prince. Then he said, "Thank you, Beauty. It is your kindness and love that broke the witch spells on me. Please stay here with me forever." Beauty agreed to marry the prince, and they lived happily ever after. Well, ladies and gentlemen, from this story we can learn that true beauty comes from within, emphasizing that kindness, virtue, and character are more valuable than physical appearance. From this story we can learn that true beauty, This story teaches us not to judge by appearances and that love has the power to transform people. Thank you for listening and have a nice day. Sorry.
Thank you so much, performer number 3. Next is participants number 4, Idewa Ayu Brena Listia Freya Messi. Please welcome participants number 4.
Why does no one listen to me? I don't want to be rich. I don't want to be special. I just want to be heard. Well, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm Brenna. I'd like to tell you a story entitled Cinderella. Once upon a time, in a quiet village, there lived a girl named Cinderella. She was kind, gentle, and full of dreams. But after her father died, her life changed. She lived with her stepmother and 2 stepsisters, Clara and Bella, who never treated her as a family. One morning, her stepmother called her in a cold voice. Cinderella, wake up! The house is dirty! Bella complained. And my dress is not ready! Clara added. And my shoes? Where are my shoes? From morning until night, Cinderella worked without rest. Softly, she replied, Yes, I will do it. But no one ever said thank you. No one ever asked, how are you? Hesitantly, she answered, Mother, may I? But her stepmother interrupted. Be quiet! Just do your work! And once again, her voice was never heard. One afternoon, a royal messenger arrived and called loudly, hurry up, the king invited all young ladies to the royal ball! Bella exclaimed, a ball? Clara, we'll meet a prince! Cinderella whispered softly, a ball? Her heart filled with hope, and she asked nervously, Stepmother, may I go to? Just a little while. Her stepmother laughed. You go to the ball? Bella mocked. Look at her dress. Clara added, see, just a servant. But Cinderella tried again. I can wear my old dress. I just want to. But her stepmother shouted, Enough! You will stay here. And her voice was never heard. After they left, the house became silent. Sitting alone, Cinderella cried softly. Why does no one listen to me? I don't want to be rich. I don't want to be special. I just want to be heard. She closed her eyes and held onto her dream. Suddenly, a gentle voice spoke. My dear child, I hear you. So, Cinderella asked, You can hear me? The fairy godmother smiled. Yes, I always heard your heart. Cinderella cried, but no one ever listened. The fairy smiled, but I do. With a wave of her wand, the magic filled into the air. Beautiful dress, shakers, and glass slipper. Cinderella looked in amazement. Is this for me? The fairy smiled. Yes, now go and let the world hear you. But remember, after midnight, the magic will end. In the ball, Cinderella entered. The people become silent. And the prince said, May I have these dance? The Cinderella said, Yes. As they danced, the prince said, Tell me, what do you wish for? Cinderella answered hastily, I don't wish to be rich. I just wish to be heard. The prince looked into her eyes and said, I hear you. In that moment, for the first time, Cinderella felt hurt. Suddenly, the clock struck in midnight. Dong, dong, dong. Cinderella panicked. Oh no, I must go. The prince asked, please don't leave. Cinderella ran, and as she ran, the slipper fell down. The next day, the prince searched the kingdom. I will find the girl I heard. He went house by house until he found Cinderella's house. The two stepsisters tried the slipper, but it didn't fit. Cinderella said, may I try too? But her stepmother shouted, no! Stay back! The prince said, let her try. Cinderella tried the slipper, and then the slipper fit perfectly. In the end, Cinderella said, I always hear, I just wait for someone to hear me. In this world, there are so many voices. Some are loud, some are quiet. So, listen is just not with your ear, but with your heart, because every voice is matter. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all about my story. Thank you very much for your kind attention, and have a good day. Goodbye.
Thank you for the performance, participant number 5. Please welcome participant number 5, Ista Ayu Prabayoni. Please welcome to the stage participants number 5. The time given is 7 minutes, and the timer will begin when the participant starts speaking.
Hello everyone, my honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ista Ayu Prabayoni. You can call me Ista. I am from Junior High School 12 Denpasar. Today, I will tell you folktale from Germany about two children whose voices were never heard. So, the title is Hansel and Gretel. I hope you enjoy. Once upon a time, there lived a poor family, a father, a stepmother, and two children, Hansel and Gretel. They were kind and innocent, but there was not enough food for everyone. One night, they overheard their stepmother. We don't have enough food. We must leave the children into the forest. Their father remained silent. The next day, they were taken into the forest. Hansel dropped small white stone along the path. One night, they overheard their stepmother. We don't have enough food. We must leave the children into the forest. Their father remained silent. Hansel held Gretel's hands. Please, don't leave us, please. But no one listened. The next morning, they were taken into the forest. Hansel dropped a small white stone along the path. One night, their parents left them. Hansel, what's fun, right? Come on. Son, she saw a housemat candy. But they overheard their stepmother. She said that night their parents lived them. Don't worry. And she saw her housemat candy and cake. They began to eat. An old woman come out. Oh, come inside. I will take care of you. But she was a witch. The witch locked Hansel in the cage and forced Gretel to work. But no one heard her cries. One day, the witch said, I look again. Then she ordered, hey, check the oven. Is it not enough? Gretel had idea. Aha! I have idea. Can you show me, please? And when the witch said, look, Grandpa paused and closed the oven. Finally, they were free. Their father overjoyed. I'm sorry. I so listened to you. So, that's all of the story. We learn to every voice, even smallest one. Thank you and see you.
Thank you for the performance. Participant number 5. Next up is participants number 6, IKD Evan Daniswara.
Tes. Tes.
Please welcome to the stage participants number 6. The time given is 7 minutes and the timer will begin when the participant starts speaking.
Hello! What are you doing in my castle? Leave now! Have you ever imagined when your face is very handsome, but you got turned into a beast by some old woman? It's really bad, isn't it? Well, that's the story I'm going to tell you all today. Good morning, honorable judge and respected teachers. My name is IKD Evan Daniswara, and I'm from SMP Negeri 5 Denpasar. And now, I'm going to tell you a story entitled Beauty and the Beast. Once upon a time, there lived a handsome prince who got approached by an old woman who offers him rose in exchange to stay for the night. However, when the prince refused, the old woman turns him into a terrible beast. She left a magic rose behind, and if the beast did not find true love until the last rose petal fell, he would remain a beast forever. Now, in a nearby village, there lived this one beautiful girl named Belle. Belle loves to read, and she wanted an adventure like those she read about in her books. But then, Belle was stopped by an arrogant man named Gaston. Gaston grabbed the book that Belle was reading, and instead asked Belle out to go on a date. "Excuse me, young lady. You know, it's not right for a woman to read. How can you read this? There's no picture. How about you focus on more important things like me?" Annoyed by Gaston, Belle rejects Gaston's offer and instead goes checks up on her father. Turns out Belle's father was an inventor. His latest invention was an automatic wood chopper, which he was taking to a contest at a county fair. Using his horse, he then went to the contest. On his way to the contest, Belle's father got lost into the woods. Then suddenly, he was being chased by a pack of wolves into the gates of a nearby castle. Not knowing what he would do, he entered the castle cautiously. He thinks he's safe, but was then surprised by the huge beast that showed up. What are you doing? How dare you step foot into my castle? Do you not know who I am? Please forgive me. I didn't mean to do anything. I just need a place to stay. The beast then locked Belle's father in a dungeon. Seeing her father's horse came home alone, Belle sensed something isn't right. She went in search of her father and found him locked up in a dungeon. She begged the beast for her father's freedom. She offers herself to the beast. "Take me instead and release my father." If that's what you really want, I'll take it. The beast then locked Belle in a dungeon. Then, on her first night, Belle wakes up and met the castle servants. The spell cast by the old woman had turned them into an enchanted objects. They were funny and treated Belle like a special guest. Later, Belle found the magic rose that the old woman had left behind. As she reached out to touch it, the beast came and grabbed the magic rose. What are you doing? Get out! Belle then fled the castle using her horse. But then, Belle was attacked by the same pack of wolves. Risking his life, the beast comes and saves Belle. Belle began to see the goodness in the beast. Then one evening, the beast asked Belle to dance. As they danced around the room, the beast realized he was in love with Belle, and because of his love, the beast let Belle return to her home. Arrived at her home, unfortunately, Gaston heard everything. Gaston heard Belle speak with the beast. He grew jealous and stormed the castle, stabbing the beast, and the beast was unfortunately knocked off the roof. Seeing this, Belle put the beast to safety. "Oh, no! Please don't leave me here! I'll do anything!" Then, as she spoke, the last rose petal fell. But turns out, the beast began to transform into a handsome prince. And the enchanted objects were turned back into humans too, as they watched their prince and Belle fall in love. And that is the end of the story. Now, from this story, we can learn that never judge a person from his look, and instead, you must check what's within. And that's all from me. See you in another wonderful event. Bye-bye!
Well, that's the performance of participant number 6. Next up is participants number 7 Abigail Timothy Yakub. Please approach the moderator.
Langsung aja. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage participants number 7. The time given is 7 minutes, and the timer will begin when the participants start speaking.
A great philosopher, Plato once said, "Courage is knowing what not to fear." This is a belief held dear by a young girl who is willing to make sacrifices to save her loved ones. Dear judges and my fellow participants, my name is Abigail Timothy Yakub from SMP Cisden Pasar. And today I'm delighted to tell you a great Slavic story titled Baba Yaga and Vasilisa the Great. Once, long ago, on the edge of a deep, dark forest, there lived a girl named Vasilisa with a father who loved her dearly. They lived a simple life, chopping wood for firewood and gathering mushrooms in the forest. Yet, one day, her father felt terribly ill. No matter what she did, he grew weaker. Vasilisa knew that without help, her father would die. That night, she dreamt a voice that said, "In a chicken-legged house you will find the spell to cure your father and make him well. Follow the path at the end of your nose, to the heart of the forest where nobody goes." Vasilisa was frightened. Her father had told her stories about Baba Yaga before. Yet, despite her fear, she set out alone, taking some bread with a pat of butter, a rabbit bone with some meat left, and last but not least, her comb. After hours of walking, she found a strange house on chicken legs, surrounded by bones. Well, as she entered, the gate creaked loudly. Creak! "Oh, poor gate," Vasilisa said, and she used the butter to quiet its hinges. A hungry dog rushed at her, yet she gave it her bone and it let her pass. Inside stood Baba Yaga, tall and bony, with iron teeth. "I seek a spell to cure my father," Vasilisa said bravely. "I will give you a potion," the witch said, "but first you must serve me tonight." After Baba Yaga left, Vasilisa noticed a black cat. It looked hungry, so she gave it her bread. Once it finished, it jumped onto her lap. "Run," it whispered. "She plans to eat you." Frightened, Vasilisa grabbed the potion and fled into the forest. When Baba Yaga returned and found her gone, she screamed in rage. Cat! Why did you let her go? The cat hissed. For years I served you, yet you never fed me. Yet Vasilisa shared her bread. Dog! Why did you let her pass? The dog growled. For years I served you, yet you never have given me a bone. Yet Vasilisa fed me. Gate! Why did you open up to her? The gate creaked. For years I served you, yet you never cared for me. Yet Vasilisa showed me kindness. Enraged, Baba Yaga chased after her into the forest. Hearing the witch close behind, Vasilisa threw down her comb. It became a forest of thorns, trapping the witch at last. Vasilisa ran until she reached home at sunrise, where her father lay pale and still. She gave him the potion and whispered, "In the chicken-legged house I found the spell to cure my father and make him well." Slowly, he grew strong again and opened his eyes. From that day on, they lived happily ever after. And for Vasilisa, she became known as Vasilisa the Brave. Thank you for listening, and goodbye!
Well, that's the performance of participants number 7. Next is participants number 8, Igusti Ayu Sri Kumala Pratnyani.
Tes.
Please welcome to the stage participants number 8. The time given is 7 minutes, and the timer will begin when the participant starts speaking.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Igusti Ayu Sri Kumala Pratnyani. I am from SMP Negeri 5 Denpasar. So today, I would like to tell you all a story. The title of the story is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Before I tell you the story, have you ever heard of the story before? No? Okay, let me tell you. It all began in once upon a time, in a faraway village, lived a beautiful princess named Snow White, who has skin as white as snow, lips as red as rose, and hair as black as coal. But she lived with her stepmother, the queen, who was beautiful in the outside but jealous in the inside. The queen has a magical mirror that she always asks, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" And the mirror would answer, "You, my queen, you are the fairest of them all." The queen would smile because she loved being the fairest of them all. But as Snow White grew older, her beauty would shine even brighter. One day, the queen asked the mirror again, but this time the mirror answered,
Snow White is the fairest of them all. The queen got so mad. She called the royal husband and ordered, "Take Snow White out of this kingdom and far, far away. I don't want to see her ugly face anymore." Snow White got expelled far away from the kingdom. Oh look, she found a tiny cottage. She knocked on the door softly. Knock, knock, knock. No one answered. So she stepped inside and found 7 tiny beds and 7 tiny balls. Well, tired of running, she lay down on one of the beds and fell fast asleep. At that evening, the owner of the cottage returned. There were 7 tiny dwarfs. When they looked at her, they gathered around. Who is she? I think I'm gonna wake her up," said one of the dwarfs. "Hey, let's not wake her up. Maybe she needs help," said Jolly, the happiest one. As Snow White woke up, she gasped. But the dwarf looked at her kindly, so she told her whole story to them. The dwarf let her stay in the cottage as long as she wanted. She promised that she wouldn't tell anyone that she was living with them. At the castle, the queen asked the mirror again, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" And the mirror answered, "Snow White is the fairest of them all. They were living in the cottage with 7 dwarfs." The queen got so mad. She turned herself into an old lady with her dark magic. She also made a shiny red apple with a sleeping spell on it. Ding. As she made it to the cottage, she knocked on the door. Knock, knock, knock. "Hello, dear. Would you try my delicious apples?" Snow White hesitated, but looking at the sweet old lady, her heart softens. So she took the apple and took one small bite. What could happen? Suddenly, Snow White fainted. The old lady ran out of the cottage, leaving her behind. As the dwarf returned, they saw her laying on the floor. They tried to wake her up, but it was useless. So they put her in a glass case full of flowers. They stayed near her, hoping that she would wake up. One day, a prince rode to the woods and saw her, and with a gentle kiss on the forehead, the spell has broken. The dwarf jumped in excitement. The prince offered Snow White. "Oh, my princess, come with me to the castle. I will take care of you." Of course, Snow White accepted the offer, but with tears in her eyes, she said, "I will never, ever forget you." Snow White and the prince go to the castle and they live happily ever after. The end. So, audiences, in this story we learn that, I know in this story we learn that not all beautiful people are nice in the outside. Maybe cruel, jealous, or maybe more. Thank you for hearing my story. I hope you all enjoy it. We meet again in another beautiful event. Goodbye!
Thank you for the performance participants number 8. Next is participants number 9, Lilis Ayuni Hidayatullah.
Boleh dites? Tes, tes. Oh, Oke, udah.
Coba dites lagi.
Tes,
Kejauhan kayak.
tes. Tes, tes. Sudah. Terima kasih.
Please welcome to the stage participants number 9. The time given is 7 minutes and the timer will begin when the participant starts speaking.
Magic bean! Yeah! Hello there. Have you ever imagined a beanstalk up to the clouds? Maybe you do, maybe you're not. So, on this special occasion, I would like to tell you a fairy tale entitled Jack and the Beanstalk. Before I tell you this fairy tale, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Lili Hidayatullah from SMP Negeri 5 Denpasar. So, let's get started. Once upon a time, if a boy named Jack. Jack was lived with his mother in a tiny cottage. They were very poor. Jack was a good boy, but he also a silly boy. One day, Jack's mother asked her son to take their cow to the market. And then she said, "We have nothing all to eat and no money. Jack, we have to sell Daisy," said his mother. Of course, after Jack listened his mother's words, Jack fed Daisy, brushed her, put a ring bell around her neck, and then set her off to the market. But when Jack and Daisy had not gone very far before they met a strange-looking man with a suitcase. "Hello, young man. What a lovely cow you've got. If you give her to me, you can have these some magic beans," said the strangers. And then Jack replied, "Magic beans? How exciting! I will take them." Magic bean! Yeah! But when Jack got home and showed his mother the beans, she was very angry. "How dare you! You trade only our cow for these ridiculous beans!" said his mother. And then Jack replied, "Mom, but they're magic beans." And then his mom replied, "They're not magic, you silly boy," said his mother. And then she threw away the beans out of the windows before sending to bed without dinner. In the next morning, Jack found the beanstalk had grown up to the clouds. He decided to climb the beanstalk and found himself in a line high above the clouds. Suddenly, he discovered a castle and walked up to the castle. Right away, a little mouse ran up to Jack. "This is giant castle! It's so scary!" said the little mouse. And then Jack replied, "I'm not afraid of giant. I'm going to have to look around," said Jack. And Jack walked up to the inside. There he discovered the castle was lived the giant and his wife. The giant had a goose that laid golden eggs and magical harp that played beautiful music. Blue as the wings of a heron in the night, like the rising of the tides on the shore of violet sky. They gleam evergreen winds are whistling in the pines, like a castle growing fine, like the grassy glen of pine. And rich as the mud of the rain upon the ground, their whiskey hue of brown bread, a river running wild. Jack stole the goose and magical harp, but as he was leaving, the harp cried out, "Help me, my master! A human is stealing me!" Alerting the giant chased Jack down, but Jack climbed down quickly and cut the beanstalk down. the giant fell to his death, and Jack with his mother lived happily, provided by the golden eggs. The end. Voices that were never heard, the story of Jack and the Beanstalk teach us to be brave, creative, and not afraid to take risks when we face problems. It also reminds us not to be greedy and show us that stealing is a wrong and has a bad consequences. That's all of fairy tale Jack and the Beanstalk. Thank you for listening me. See you on the next story. I am Lilis Ayuni Darullah. Bye bye.
Well, that's the performance of participant number 9. Next, please welcome participants number 10, Igusti Agung Ngurah Hamajaya Arta Kaika. Please welcome to the stage participants number 10. The time given is 7 minutes and the timer will begin when the participant starts speaking.
In a time of a chaos, there stood one name above all, Arthur. Hello everyone, I am Igusti Agung Ngurah Hamajaya Arta Kaika. I'm a 7th grader at SMP Negeri 3 Abian Semal. Today I will tell you the story of the rise and fall of King Arthur. In a broken land where man has lost their hope, there was no king to rule the land until destiny chose one. A sword stood in a stone. It called to every man access. Only a true king will clear me. Many tried and many failed until a young boy named Arthur came to try. I'm not meant for this, am I? Yet when he gripped the sword, it came free. And the land has been ruled by the new king. Arthur built a kingdom named Camelot and married to a queen named Guinevere. We will build a kingdom full of justice, no throne greater than the rest, no man above another. And so he created the round table, a place where all men stood equal. For a moment, peace exists, until the most trusted knight named Lancelot fell in love with the queen. I love you, queen. Lancelot, this is wrong. I know, but how can I stop? Their love grew in silence, in stolen moment. In choice they knew what ruined everything. And when the truth was revealed, Arthur was very mad. I accept you as my brother. How dare you? And you, as my queen. A new enemy rose, named Mordred. You built a kingdom full of lies, Arthur. I'm here to end your story. I built hope and justice. The final battle began. Still met still, brothers against brother. And when they both clash, both of them are wounded badly. Mordred fell first, leaving Arthur kneeling. After all I've done for this kingdom, what is there I need to know? What's wrong? Why? Why would they betray me? And in that moment, Arthur fell. The moral of the story is a kingdom without wisdom is nothing. Nobody trusts him. They were there to betray him. Okay, everyone, that's my story. Thank you for listening.
Well, that's the performance of participants number 10. Next is participant number 11, Nikomang Leonie Anastasia Ningrum.
Test, 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 test.
Please welcome to the stage participants number 11. The time given is 7 minutes and the timer will begin when the participant starts speaking.
Why does no one listen to me? I don't want to be rich. I don't want to be special. I just want to be heard. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tasha, and today I would like to tell you a story entitled Cinderella. Once upon a time, in a quiet village, there lived a girl named Cinderella. She was kind, gentle, and full of dreams. But after her father died, everything changed. She lived with her stepmother and two stepsisters who never treated her as a family. Cinderella, wake up! Clean the house! From morning until night, she walked without rest. Softly, she replied, Yes, I will do it. But no one ever thanked her. No one ever listened. And slowly, she stopped speaking. One day, a royal messenger arrived and announced, Hooray! Hooray! The king invites all young ladies to the royal ball. Her stepsisters were excited. I am with the prince. But Cinderella only whispered, A ball? With hope in her heart, she asked, Stepmother, may I go too? Her stepmother replied harshly, You go to the ball? No! You will stay here and clean this house. And once again, her voice was never heard. That night, she stood alone and whispered, Why does no one listen to me? I don't want to be rich. I just want to be heard. Suddenly, a gentle voice appeared. My dear child, I hear you. Sure, Cinderella asked. You can hear me? The fairy godmother smiled warmly and replied, Yes, I have always heard your heart. With the magic of her wand, the magic filled the air. A beautiful dress, a shining carriage, and glass slipper. Cinderella looked in amazement. For me? The fairy replied, Yes, now go and let the world hear you. But remember, before midnight, the magic will end. At the palace, music filled the air, but the prince felt something was missing. Everyone talks, but no one speaks from the heart. Suddenly, Cinderella entered the room, and the room became silent. The prince walked toward her and asked, May I have this then? She smiled and replied, Yes. And as they danced, the prince asked, What do you wish for? She replied honestly, I don't wish for riches. I just wish for someone to hear me. The prince looked into her eyes and replied softly, I hear you. And for the first time in her life, Cinderella felt heard. Suddenly, the clock struck midnight. Dong, dong, dong. Cinderella panicked. Oh no! It's gone. She ran, and as she ran, one glass slipper fell behind. The next day, the prince searched the kingdom. I will find the girl whose voice I heard, he declared. He went from house to house until he reached Cinderella's home. Her stepsister tried the slipper, but it did not fit. Then Cinderella spoke softly. May I try? The prince replied softly. Let her speak. And for the first time, Cinderella found someone listen to her. And the slipper fit perfectly. Cinderella smiled and said, I was always here. I just needed someone to listen. There are many voices in this world. Some are quiet and some are loud. But sometimes the quietest voice are the one that needs to be heard the most. So listen, not just with your ears, but with your heart, because every voice matters. Thank you for listening. I'm Tasha, and thank you.
Well, that's the performance from participants number 11. Next is participants number 12, Putu Tania Nirwasita.
Test.
Please welcome to the stage participants number 12. The time given is 7 minutes. It started from the participant speaking.
Told a tale about a girl named Ella. Beauty and kindness, that is who she is. Everything changed when her stepmother came, and Ella's life turned upside down. Greetings, honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Putu Tania Nirwasita from Pelita Bangsa Junior High School. But today, on this special occasion, I would like all of you here to call me Tania the Storyteller. Can you guess what story that I am going to tell you today? Yes, if you guessed Cinderella, you are absolutely correct. Now, prepare your favorite snacks and drinks because this story is about to start. Once upon a time, lived a beautiful and kind girl named Ella. Ella lived with her evil stepmother and her two stepsisters. Living with her family, Ella was forced to be the servant, cleaning the dishes, preparing the food, and doing all the chores in the house. They even gave Ella the nickname Cinderella, which meant Little Ash Girl. One day, the king held a ball in the kingdom. Invitations were sent all over the place, and soon Cinderella's stepmother got a hold of the invitations. When she took a look at the invitations, she quickly told Cinderella to prepare the best dresses for her daughters. I am going to be the prettiest person there, right, mother? Exclaimed the older sister, Drizella. No! I am going to be the prettiest, not you! Prince Charming is mine! followed by the younger sister Anastasia. Cinderella helped them prepare the best dresses, jewels, and accessories, and then they hurried off to the ball. Cinderella couldn't help but feel sad and alone. She wished she could go to the ball as well, but what could she do? She didn't have neither a beautiful dress nor a transportation to go there. And of course, Fairy Godmother wouldn't let her to go. I'm sorry, Cinderella's stepmother wouldn't let her to go. I wish I could go there, whispered Cinderella. Suddenly, she heard a gentle voice say, "Hi there, Cinderella." She was surprised. Standing right in front of her was a beautiful woman. "I am Fairy Godmother. I can grant your wish, but you must listen to me. You have to go home before 12 o'clock. Cinderella nodded, and Fairy Godmother twirled her wand. Bippity boppity boo, turning Cinderella's rusty gown into a beautiful sparkling blue dress. "Thank you, Fairy Godmother, but how do I get there?" Fairy Godmother smiled and twirled her wand one more time. Bippity boppity boo. She turned the mice into horses and a normal pumpkin into a huge carriage. Cinderella thanked Fairy Godmother before heading off to the ball. When she arrived at the ball, everyone was amazed by her beauty. The prince even took her to dance. "You are very beautiful, my lady. Where are you from?" When Cinderella was about to answer, she saw the time, and it was so close to 12 o'clock. She panicked, and she ran home quickly. But what she didn't realize was that her glass slipper slipped out of her feet. When Prince Charming saw this, he knew that the only way to find Cinderella was by the glass slipper. The next day, Prince Charming wandered off the kingdom just to find her. But even though he traveled from west to east, he still couldn't find the perfect match. Then he arrived at Cinderella's house, but Cinderella was trapped in the attic. "Greetings, Prince. I see you have arrived here. Oh, the glass slipper. I'm sure my daughters will fit it just perfectly." But when Drizella and Anastasia tried on the glass slipper, it didn't fit. Their feet was way too big. Cinderella heard the commotion downstairs, and she quickly ran down. May I try as well?" And when she tried on the glass slipper finally found its match. And they lived happily ever after, with Prince Charming marrying Princess Cinderella. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, when you're having a bad time or when you're feeling discriminated, just like Cinderella, you could remember her story of how hard she fought just to find her destiny. And I'm sure all of you here that is having a bad time will find your destiny sooner or later. See you on the next story. This is Tanya the Storyteller. Goodbye!
Well, that's the performance of participant number 12. Last but not least, next is participant number 13, Nimade Nandini Ayunda Dewi. Please welcome to the stage participants number 13. The time given is 7 minutes and the timer will begin when the participant starts speaking.
Once upon a time, there lived a little girl who was loved by everyone in her village. She always wore a red cloak given by her grandmother, so people call her Little Red Riding Hood. Hello everyone, dear friends and judges. My name is Nimade Nandini Ayunda Dewi. I am from SMP Negeri 3 Abian Semal, and today I will be telling you about a story about a little girl who was almost tricked by a werewolf. So, without further ado, let's get on with the story. One morning, her mother handed her a basket. Take this to your grandmother. She is feeling unwell, her mother said. Okay, I'll go right away, Little Red Riding Hood replied. Then, before her mother let her go, she told her a warning. Stay on the path and don't talk to strangers. Okay, I promise, Mother. Then, Little Red Riding Hood went her merry way deeper into the forest. La 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 la, what a lovely day. Suddenly, a big giant wolf appeared. Hello, little girl. What are you doing out here in the forest? Hello, I'm going to my grandmother's house. She's sick. Oh, and where might that be? It's beyond the hill, just behind the oak tree. The wolf spoke gently, hiding his true intentions. Oh, you should pick some flowers for her. It'll make her happy. That's a great idea. And Little Red Riding Hood made her very way into the forest, picking up some flowers for her grandmother. Meanwhile, the wolf went to her grandmother's house. He knocked on the door. Who is it? Her grandmother replied. It's me, Little Red Riding Hood. Oh, come in, dear. The wolf then grabbed her grandmother and shoved her into the closet. She then pretended to be her by wearing her clothes. Not long after, Little Red Riding Hood came back from picking up flowers for her grandmother. She felt a strange feeling as she stepped inside. Grandmother, it's me, Little Red Riding Hood. Come in, dear. Grandmother, what big ears you have. All the better to hear you with. And what big eyes you have. All the better to see you with. And what big teeth you have. All the better to eat you with. Then her Little Red Riding Hood screamed. Look, a woodcutter nearby heard her noises and stepped inside. Get away from her! He shouted. Then the wolf growled and rushed away back into the forest. Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood, why did you talk to that stranger? I'm sorry, Grandma. I forgot Mother's warning. It's okay, dear. You learned a very good lesson. I'm sorry, Grandma. I promise I won't forget next time. Then, Little Red Riding Hood never made the same mistake again. So, that is it for my story today, and the moral is never talk to strangers because you never know what the intentions are. That is it for today's story. I hope you enjoyed.
Well, that's the performance of participant number 13.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes all performances in the final round of the EFECTION Storytelling Competition 2026. Let's give a round of applause to all the participants for their amazing performance today. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached the end of the final round of EFECTION Storytelling Competition 2026. We would like to thank all the judges who have participated in the EFECTION Storytelling Competition 2026 today. Announcements regarding the winners of the EFECTION Storytelling Competition 2026 will be announced and awarded later today. During the awarding session, we wish the best for all participants in today's competition. All participants, please stay at this main hall and wait for further instructions. However, we also would like to mention that we have a rest area in front of our library. So for those of you seeking a place to rest and maybe some refreshments, you can go ahead and go there before and after the announcements. As the event moderator and on behalf of the organizing committee, we apologize for any mistakes made during this event. See you at the announcement session. Om Santi 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 Om. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom Namo Buddhaya.
Cek, mohon perhatian kepada para peserta dan pendamping apabila ingin melakukan refill air untuk air minum bisa dilakukan di belakang sudah disediakan air refill minum. Terima kasih.
Mohon perhatiannya untuk teman-teman peserta dan juga pendamping. Untuk tadi yang mendapatkan konsumsi, harap dibuang ke tempat sampah di depan sesuai dengan tempatnya ya. Terima kasih. Good afternoon and welcome back to the main hall of INSTIKI. Thank you to all participants for your enthusiasm and great sportsmanship in today's competition. We hope you had a great time during this entire competition. And now it is time to move forward to the most anticipated moment of a competition, the announcement of champions. We will start with the storytelling category. Without further ado,
For the third place in the EFECTION for storytelling of junior high school category, congratulations to Lilis Ayuni Hidayatullah from SMP 5 Denpasar. Please come up to the stage.
for the second place in the EFECTION for storytelling of junior high school category, congratulations to Niputu Adelina Mahatma Fortuna from SMP Negeri 4 Singaraja. Please come up to the stage.
And the winner in EFECTION for storytelling of junior high school category, congratulations to Putu Tania Nirwasita from SMP Pelita Bangsa.
To the advisor of the English Club of INSTIKI and the head of the comedy, Mrs. Lisma and Mr. Dipta, please come up to the stage to hand out the prizes to the winners.
We will continue with documentation. I will count in 3, 2, 1. Once again with INSTIKI hand sign, please. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, once again, congratulations to our winner, and the winners are allowed to return to your seat.
Congratulations to the winners of storytelling competition of EFECTION 2026. Now we will proceed to the announcement of the winners of the speech competition for the junior high school category. Without further ado, for the third place in the EFECTION for speech competition of junior high school category, congratulations to Jason Antonius Kurniawan from SMP Sabta Andika Denpasar.
And for the second place in the Affection for Speech competition of junior high school category, congratulations to Bronte Arina Sianturi from SMP Cis Denpasar.
And the first winner in the Affection for Speech competition of junior high school category, congratulations to Orfa Zelia Finbring from SMP Cis Denpasar. To the steering committee and the vice head of committee, Mr. Dimas and Mr. Keiga, please come up to the stage to hand out the prizes to the winners.
Now we will like to continue with documentation session, and I'll be lead the count in 3, 2, 1. Once again with INSTIKI Hansan, please. In 3, 2, 1. And now we would like to invite all the participants of the group photo session. For the winners, Mr. Dimas and Mr. Keiga, please move to the position. And to the audience, please stand up. Now we would like to invite the audience to take a photo while doing the INSTIKI sign, please. Would you guys please on the back, please stand up. Now I'll try to count in 3, 2, 1. And once again without the INSTIKI hand sign, please. In 3, 2, 1.
Alright, thank you. To the audience, you may return to your seats. And once again, congratulations to our winners. With that, we conclude the announcement for the storytelling and speech competition. For the participants' certificates and photos from today's competition will be shared in the WhatsApp group as soon as possible. In addition, participants are kindly requested to return their number tags to the committee. We also would like to mention that we have a rest area in front of our library. So for those of you seeking a place to rest and maybe some refreshments, you can go ahead and have a rest. Ladies and gentlemen, we would also like to say thank you to all sponsorships. They are Kita Floris,
Leila's Bucket,
Public Speaking Bali,
and for your attention for all the participants and the audience, please remain seated because we're still continuing the event. Once again, for all the participation, we kindly ask your attention and please remain seated because our event is still connecting.
I may repeat, we would also like to say thank you to all sponsorships. They are Kita Floris,
Lions Bucket,
Public Speaking Bali,
Kara Studio,
Kopi Degree,
Bali Trophy,
Artistic Printing,
Black Confection,
Sewa Hati Canggu,
Catur Maha Makeup,
Makeup and Nails by Ridea,
Nice Coffee,
BNI,
Oriflame,
Masa Depan Indonesia.
And once again, I would like to remind you, to all the participants and audience, please remain on your seats. Now, once again, we would like to say thank you to our media partner too, and they are Hima IF Instiki,
Hima RSK Instiki,
Hima DKV Instiki,
KMH Instiki,
Kemah Kris Instiki,
UKM Tabu Instiki,
Instiki Musik Vokal,
Lingkaran Film Instiki,
Gradasi Instiki,
Instiki Body Healthy,
Esport Instiki,
Jegek Bagus Instiki,
Instiki Developer Club,
Literasi Instiki,
Tedrich Instiki,
Pik M Jana Disa Wahita,
PSM Sangta Melodia,
Rasi Kuntan Instiki,
HIPMI PT Instiki,
HFI Instiki,
Instiki Cyber Hub,
Mapala Dhamma Satya,
Instiki Nihon Bunka,
Jurnalistik Instiki,
Pusat Info Lomba,
info.event_,
Lomba SMA,
Lomba Terkini.idn,
Lomba Mahasiswa Terkini,
Olimpiade.co,
Tabanan.viral,
Info Tabanan.viral,
Tabanan.terkini,
Ikut Event,
Info Klungkung,
Info Mengui,
Tabanan_today. So thank you for supporting our event.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to all participants for your enthusiasm and wonderful performance today, and thank you for being part of EFECTION 2026. And we hope your participation may help you inspire and motivate others, and of course improve yourself for the better. Additionally, as the MC, we would like to represent all committee members to say thank you very much for the presence of invited lecturers, advisors, the participants, sponsors, and all media partners who have attended and helped in our event.
We also would like to thank you to all the committee who have worked hard to make the English Festival competition a successful event. Now finally, from the deepest of our heart, we do apologize for any mistake in delivering this event. And thank you so much for your kind attentions. And once again, we'd like to mention that we have a rest area in front of our library. So for those who are still seeking a place to really rest and maybe some refreshments, you visit our stand.
Untuk di stand kita ada stand matcha dan kopi. Untuk teman-teman atau para pendampingnya juga yang mungkin suka kopi atau matcha boleh mampir, dan ada voucher juga.
Dan mohon perhatian sekali lagi untuk para pemenang yang tadinya menang di lombanya, mohon untuk tidak meninggalkan aula terlebih dahulu.
Om Santi 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 Om. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Shalom, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan, and have a good day. Mohon perhatian sekali lagi untuk para peserta, name tag-nya itu bisa dikembalikan ke panitia terlebih dahulu sebelum pulang ya. Terima kasih banyak. Mohon perhatian sekali lagi untuk para pemenang, para peserta yang sudah menang, mohon untuk tidak meninggalkan aula.